Alright, what's good? It's your man, it's your myth, it's your legend. I don't know, bro. Hope this mic is working so I look more professional. I'm in the car, I can drive, sort of. I haven't crashed in a while, so that's good. Um so I've decided I'm gonna become the solver. Uh I've been the thinker. I've done that. I'm still gonna continue to be the thinker, but I've decided I want to be the solver as well, maybe even the learner. Done a little bit of the learner stuff, but we'll see. Anyway, bro, today's video, right? So I wanted to get into something real close to home. So I'm 20, right? If y'all don't know who I am, I'm 20. I turned 20 last year. Turned 21 in August, so got a few more months of being 20. Or I guess like two more, really. But enough about me, yo. Uh, you've seen the title. I'm talking about why like dudes in their like 20s who are full grown adults, by the way. Like, I'm 20. The difference between me and a 28-year-old is pretty wild. But also the difference between me at 20 and me at like 17, still decently wild. So, with that information, I've come across some things. Dudes in their early 20s, like 20 to like 25, even though that's like mid, but still, that's the first side of it. Dudes in that age range, they have like such an easy time to be like a predator, be a predator, like a creep, and all that. It's easy for them to be a manipulative creeper man, especially if they're like on TikTok. If you know what I mean, like they're like socially underdeveloped, or I guess overdeveloped, really, if you want to look at it that way, because they have higher manipulative tactics, and they fit more into the teenage like culture, I guess, if you want to say that. Basically, what I'm saying is dudes in their early 20s are in the optimal age to be a predator against people in their like teens, essentially, is what I'm saying here. And I want to discuss why I think that is. I'm sure some things are easy to understand, but oh my god, there's a dude, ski. You know when there's a boat and then like a dude's like skiing on the water? He's doing that. Damn, I don't say what I'm talking about. Um, Dudes, right. So imagine this, bro. Okay, so dude's 23. He can't get no can't get no hose. He's struggling. He's got like obsession with TikTok, right? I'm not talking about myself. I'm not 23. Uh yeah. This is where it comes with being the solver. You have to realize you're also the problem. Um but yeah, imagine a dude, he's 23, obsession with TikTok, no females whatsoever, or at the very little has been in a few relationships, probably didn't last that long. Girl, 16, psych ward. Usually it's psych ward. No offense to people that have been in the psych ward. I'm sure, like, I have friends that went to a psych ward and all that. I'm sure it's not a lovely place. I've heard some stories, but anyways, mentally ill, right? Uh, Maybe rebellious, doesn't like her parents because she doesn't want them, because they don't want her dating a adult. Right. Bro can go in real easy, right? So bro can be like, yeah, like we both young, bro. Like look at these old heads, bro. Like they just don't get it. They don't get the young generation. So they can play that while also like being way more mentally mature and like essentially, unless it's like a dynamic where like you got like a rich ass teenager and then like a dude who's like his employee or something. Unless it's something like that, almost every situation, a 23-year-old is gonna have more power in whatever facet we're talking about than the teenager, right? For example, right? Let's say 23-year-old actually starts dating 16-year-old. She probably hasn't told her parents, secretly doing it. right? Let's say she hasn't got her permit yet for driving. Bro has his own car. Bro can be like, "Oh yeah, like do this. If you don't do this, then I'll not do you or something." Uh, damn, I completely lost the plot. I was thinking about this when I woke up this morning. It's like 7 a.m. or something like that. It's probably like 6:30, but I was thinking about this when I woke up, and I had a lot of points. Now I'm kind of losing them, but I think that's why. Because like for example, if there's like a 40-year-old and like a 16-year-old, the 16-year-old is gonna gauge that they are a predator. They're gonna gauge that. They'll be like, "Oh my god, this dude's a pedophile. Oh my god, he's gonna try to me." But when you're like in your early 20s, you can still play off that like young, like I'm young, I'm like you type thing. So like it's harder for them to grasp. Like they'll grasp the age gap. They'll be like, "Oh, he's older than me." Yeah, but like you can basically pull a Romeo and Juliet type if you're the guy in that situation because you can be like, "Oh, they just don't want us together. Like we're different. Like I'm not manipulating you while you're literally manipulating them." But I think it's just kind of wild. So yeah, and in my journey to become the solver, right? I'm trying to spread information awareness, but also like learning. You know what I mean? Like I want to be like, yeah, this stuff happens, but it's like you already know what happens. How do we stop it, right? So obviously we have to inform the younger generation that are going to try and manipulate them, are going to try and mess them up, try and smash them and all that because they can't get no hoes. But we also got to figure out how to solve the problem of like stopping the dudes from going for like younger people because like at least in my experience as the older dude being like a creep and all that, uh the reasoning primarily can be avoided. Like a lot of dudes I've noticed, I've seen plenty of chat logs, all type from dudes that are trying to get with younger girls, right? So a lot of it is like problems. I'm sure that was obvious because like why are you doing that when you could just get like normal aged women? But I think it's just like there's like sexual. I don't know if sexual repression is the right like term here, but like sexual like frustration, I would say is one thing where it's like you're damn I can't smash. For me, it was damn I don't want to smash, but like I'm like wanting to. I don't know if that makes sense. Like for example, it's like if you got a beating your meat addiction, you're done, you're toast, and you can't get no B words, you're done, you're toast. But there's two paths you can take from that. You can be a creep. You can either, well, actually, there's a couple paths. I guess you can smash a bunch of women if you can learn how to. You can go like red pill mode, learn, get some B words, whatever. Get meaningless sex most of the time. Depends. Like obviously, you can get into relationships, but good luck. Meaningless sex, further sexually frustrated, get sad, all that. But at least you bang. At least you bang, and at least they're of age. Second path, a lot of guys go down. They're like, damn, I can't get no B words. But all these like 16-year-olds like me.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
And that's because again they're underdeveloped socially, so they still basically act and like speak and everything like a teenager. So that's why that works out. That's why the younger B words like them. Um, and they can just do that, maybe ruin some lives in the process, probably including their own. Further feel like mentally trash because they're gonna be like, "Oh, I just need to smash," and then they'll start like talking to girls that are like obviously not of age, and it'll like kind of come up more. At least that's what I've noticed. But or you can take the third path, which I think is the best one. I've just been staring at the sun this whole time. I think the third path is the best one. Essentially, this third path is that you just deal with it and like stop being like a little pussy. Essentially, you just you work hard. You work hard. You inquire deeply in your soul and your in your mind and your psyche, and you figure out what's going wrong, and you try and solve it. Obviously, this is a much longer process than the other two. And there's always like diversions and different ways you can go about a path. You can like shimmy, zigzag around, but I think this is what needs to be done. This is what I'm doing. You're gonna fail on the way. You're gonna do some messed up stuff, but the point is that you try not to. And the point is that you try to make the good decisions every time you have the choice to make a decision. And that's, I think, what people are lacking. They're lacking the willpower, the discipline, the understanding that regardless of how it feels in the moment, you should be looking for the long term. You should be understanding what's going to be best for everyone, like all time level, like not just your favorite NBA player right now, all time favorite NBA player type shit. I'm from Florida, apparently. I just like saying that. I don't like saying I'm from Florida. You know what I mean? Okay, but essentially, let's say you got a beat in your meat addiction. Stop being addicted. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's actually decently easy if you just stop beating your meat. Obviously, there's lots of different tactics. You're gonna Google like, oh my gosh, how to stop being a little monkey and beating my meat, like hamster type shit. But whatever you come to, pause. Not whatever you don't come to. That's better. Whatever you figure out, there we go. As long as it's helping, do that. Figure it out. Solve that. Basically, solve the problem of your sexual deviancy by solving your sexual frustration. And I think once you do that, everything else will be way easier. You're not gonna worry about, oh my gosh, all these women young, because like you're gonna get on some like religious religious stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna like have other things that you're like thinking about. Like when you stop beating your meat, you're like, I got so much more time now. Like I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I was like heavy into like beating my meat, I'll be taking like 2 hours, bro. Like I'd be like searching, like researching, be like, all right, I gotta find the best video. Oh, I gotta do this. And it's like I gotta be the perfect like experience. It's like, bro, you're wasting so much time that you could be using to do other stuff, bro. But yeah, solve that, then everything else kind of like becomes easier once you solve that. I've noticed for me, and then stop talking to young girls. Easy. That one's actually absurdly easy. Like I've noticed, just don't speak to them. Just don't respond to them. Don't talk to them. Block them if they're talking to you through social media. Straight up block them, and you don't even got to be telling them why. Like they should already know. Like you could just be like, I am manipulating you, or if you're not manipulating them and you're just really fucking weird, like me, you could be like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a predator no more. So I'm gonna stop talking to you. But essentially, with that, so you stopped beating your meat. You stopped doing like the bad stuff, and then you can like focus on what you actually want to be doing in life, and then you can like start living a much better good life, and like start like getting that bread or something, like get some money, just like actually do positive things, and then that's the third path, and that's the path I think everyone should be on when they like come to the realization that they're messed up and that they're doing messed up stuff. But like you got to come to the realization first. So dig deep in your psyche. You don't even really need to dig that deep. Just look around at your life. You're like, am I doing like some messed up stuff? Am I weird? And if you can like, if you're even like hesitating on saying no, I'm not weird, you're probably weird. You're probably weird. Let's be real. If you have to think about, is this weird? It's probably weird. So just figure that out and then stop doing all the bad stuff, and then you're good. But I don't really know what I'm like. I don't think I got my point across. But basically, I think I did. I think I did. I think I said why like people in their 20s be doing that, and then I kind of gave like a solution. So I'm a little bit of the solver, like I'm becoming the solver. Maybe I solved a couple things. Rubik's cube, I still haven't solved that. Maybe I'm not the solver, bro. I gotta solve that. Anyways, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Not bad stuff, I think. I hope. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want more of these videos where I become the solver, or even become the thinker or the learner, or literally anything. If y'all like me in general, you want me to keep talking or you want me to shut up. Uh, anyway, bro. Oh damn, I wish I didn't film this on. Okay. All right, thanks. Bye. I don't have a cool outro like all these other folks. Goodbye. Bye.